Serwanga! Okay, you're not leaving us yet.
Okay.
Thank you, ladies.
All right, thank you guys.
I've always wanted to have my own talk show, so thank you, Metro Edge, for giving me this opportunity. Did I hear you say you were 29?
Yes, ma'am.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
So you had a little interesting trajectory with your career to getting to where you are today.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your job before
Yeah.
and the one moment you knew you needed to make a change.
Ooh, I hope they don't see this. Okay. I worked in administration, athletic administration at Princeton University, my alma mater. And it was absolutely one of the most transformative and amazing experiences for me. What Molly Marcoux, the athletic director, and Anthony Archibald, the executive athletic director, did for me is they provided me the opportunity to create Profound Ivy, which I was talking about earlier. And through Profound Ivy, I learned two things. I learned my passion for speaking, and I learned my passion for building community. And so when I made that transition and wrote the book and went on my own way, they were 100% supportive. So it's very rare that you have people who see that you're on a pursuit of something and say, best of luck to you. So that was amazing for me.
So you mentioned two passions. I think another passion might be singing.
Yeah.
Based on your opening. Do you sing in the shower?
All the time, what? Yeah. Was that cue for me to start singing?
Oh, if you wanted to. I got to sneak in to sing a song in my opening.
Yeah. Nothing off the top, guys. It's a little hard off the top, but yes, sing in the shower. I think it's, how many guys sing in the shower? I'm not by myself. Hey, let's go. Yeah.
We'll practice singing in the shower tonight.
Yeah, okay.
Well, not in the shower, but we'll practice singing together at the bank at 4 o'clock. No showers. No showers. I'm so sorry. Please invite me back to this event next year.
Hey, David, do you have the edit on the video? Good. Perfect.
So one of the things you talked about is redefining failure, and
Yes.
failure is really scary, especially when it's new to folks.
Yeah.
You mentioned that chemistry test you bombed.
Yes.
Was that the last time you failed?
No, not at all. I remember a particular speaking event with young kids. It was early on, and you guys know those Facebook groups where you're like, oh, I have an event. I'm going to put it out, Eventbrite, all that good stuff. So I had like 100 people sign up. I was like, woo, let's do this thing. Suited up, I was ready to go. Walk in the event, and 20 minutes passed by, and 8 people showed up. Yeah, hurt. Ego damaged. But what I did learn from that is, even when we were there, talk to the 8 like there were 100, right? Pour everything in. And ironically enough, I needed that because that was actually workshop experience that I would need going forward, because the way in which you operate with 8 is very different than 100. So that was a different way of looking at failure and turning it into something where I could kind of learn.
In the concept of failure, there's also an element, your fear of failure.
Yes, yeah.
Were you scared going into that huge session of 100 people that turned into 8?
Yeah, I think we were talking about it, I was scared here, anxiety, fear. I think as a former athlete too, when you feel that, that's good. That means you care. That means you're trying to perform. If I came out and was like, then that'd be time to hang it up, right? So I think looking at fear in a different way can be beneficial for all of us.
I call it excitement.
That's right.
When I feel it, I'm excited.
That's right.
I was so excited to be here today.
Yeah.
So you mentioned creating the best version of yourself.
Yes.
And in your position, you're traveling, you're talking to folks, and you always have to be on.
Yeah.
How do you create the best version of yourself?
Great question. I'm still working on it. I think it's, you know what it is?
Knowing the why.
That's right. Man, you should join my team, man. That's good. That's big, too. I think one of the things that I would add to knowing your why is understanding that everything that you're doing work-wise is probably going to be interacting with people, right? Like, the first thing is people. So if you can make an intention to make connections in the right way, even if, like, you guys were an incredible audience today, incredible audience today, but I think that's through connection, right? Connection, not perfection. It's through like, let me connect with you first, and then you have that leeway to get into what you're doing. So I think understanding to put people first is something that I'm still learning in the process of becoming.
So you're doing these incredible speeches.
Yeah.
You're a best-selling author.
Yeah.
You could probably live anywhere in the country right now. Why do you choose to stay in Sacramento?
That's a good question. I think Sacramento is a hotbed for some amazing things to come. I honestly believe that. I think the potential that we have is incredible. And then personally, I think it's important. I'll be honest with you, as a young African American to go and graduate from a Ivy League university and be the only individual to play 3 sports there in the last 4 decades, all that good stuff. I don't say it on me. I like to come back and I get to speak to kids so they can they're like, oh, okay. You know, kids when after I talk to them, I could do that, right? Like sometimes you need visibility for knowing things are possible. Like sometimes the representation is important. So I have to say that. When I say Princeton University, I say it with pride because I gotta reach young people who are like, I don't know. And I'm like, man, I'm here and I'm telling you can do it, right? So I think it's important to come back to your community and there'd be no point for any of us to go out and succeed in our way and not come back and let people know how it's done. Yeah.
As a self-proclaimed Sacramento superfan,
Yeah.
I think we are absolutely honored to have you as a Sacramentan, and
my
thank you
honor.
for being here.
Thank you so
And
much.
would you like to join Metro Edge?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, before we close today, something you mentioned, you are the self-proclaimed world's best uncle.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed?
That's right.
Who verifies that?
Me. Yeah.
What makes you the world's best uncle?
You know what? It's a title that I think I'm proud of, and Nasali, Jeremiah, Julius, you guys are Jeremiah. You guys are incredible. I think that I'm family based. I'm the youngest of 7, right? So I come from a family of. It's funny. One time I was speaking, and my mom was in the audience, and she had a question. And I was like, and she goes, so, because I'll just give you an idea of, she goes, so when did you start speaking so much? Honestly, because when I was young, I was observant. I was quiet, and I grew into that. So my siblings mean the world to me. Annette, Waswa Kato, James, Irene, they mean the world to me because they paved the way for me. So for me, I don't have any kids, so right now I'm the world's greatest uncle.
I love it.
Yeah,
Can I be the world's greatest aunt?
Come on.
I've got a niece and 6 nephews and a 7th on the way,
Oh my goodness.
I know my sister stays
Oh.
busy. God bless you, Jonah. So, we're going to keep you up here for housekeeping.
Sure.
But we're going to end with an action item for everybody in the room. We've got 600 people that are going to break out, take over downtown Sacramento. We've got 26 different breakout sessions. I know, we're excited. What's the one piece of advice that you're going to give to these people when they leave this theater?
Absolutely. Guys, ready? Repeat after me. 51. Energy, guys. Whew. Everybody repeat after me. 51.
51.
49.
49.
51. 49. One more time. 51.
51.
49.
49.
Be the 51. Be the 51.
Be the 51.
Turn to the person to your left, give them a high five, and say, how can I be of help to you? Uh-huh. I think it's important, right? I think, to answer your question, we're creating and we're a part of Sacramento leaders. And I think the number one thing that leaders do incredibly well, from those that have mentored me and those that I've studied and seen, is that they have that 51-49 mentality. They always walk into a room and they kind of gaze you or look in your eye and they ask, like, how can I be of value? Like, can I support your blog? Can I point you in the right direction? Do you need a recommendation? Do you just need a positive affirmation? Do you just need someone to say, hey, those red shoes are killer, right? So I think today it's all about when you pass someone and you connect and you lock eyes with them, don't keep walking. Introduce yourself and literally, how can I be of help to you? That's amazing, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Isaac.
Yeah, thank you guys.